Alright, let's make a new add-on for proc effects. The one that I want to make is for Sword and Board. Whenever Devastate or Revenge deals damage, it does some random bullshit and gives me proc effect that makes my shield slam do a shit ton of threat and cost nothing. So, first thing we gotta proc it. So, let's proc it, because we need to find out what it's called. So I need to use Revenge. It is called, up on the top right, Sword and Board. Oh, it's fucking easy. Alright, so next thing, get out of combat. Do WA for weak aura. Hit enter. I already have a shit ton, so we're gonna hide those. Hide those, there we go. Let's do new. Let's do, let's make it a progress texture. You can make it a texture so it just shows up, but the progress texture makes it so it lowers as the time goes down on it. Cool, now we got this little bitty bob. Put this over here for right now. Let's turn this into something more interesting. So, go to display. Go to choose right under where it says foreground texture. And there are a shit ton of stuff. Like you could do totems, you could do buff icons, that's close. Let's use this one because it looks like a shield. Hit OK. You can change the color right here, foreground color. Make it dark because Sword and Board is kind of dark. Easy. I'm actually going to reduce the size because I don't want it to be fucking huge. So let's go 150, 150 on the bottom, over here on the right still. And you can do this with anything. You just have to know the weak aura's name. Alright, so after that, let's just right here, this you can tame this, whatever. So, Sword and Board, Sab, sounds good. Let's go to trigger. The trigger, it's still an aura, but we need to make sure it's the same name. And sometimes when you type in Sword and Board here, it doesn't actually show. It did this time, just because it knows it, but sometimes you do actually need to use the full scan. I've never had problems this affecting performance. So full scan, aura name, operator is exactly, and then we'll do shield, Sword and Board. If I spell board correctly. Easy. Now it will show up. So, where it says load, click on the load. It can be in combat, not in combat, or both. I need this to be my player name. Make sure it's your player name, hit OK. And I think it should just work now. So whenever I get that proc effect, I'll get the Sword and Board. Hit this thing a couple times. Press Revenge. I didn't get it that time, that's fine. Revenge off cooldown, press it again. Damn, I didn't get it again. Still not getting it. But that's good to know, because it's not showing up. I think it's a 30% proc chance, so it doesn't show up all the time. Revenge. Man, I got lucky with the first one, but I'm just not getting any more. I think I'm fully talented to do it too. Yeah, I am. Strange. Okay, see, it showed up and it's disappearing, so I need a shield slam before it disappears. And on that hit, it costs me nothing, and I get improved threat off of it. So I do like the progressive textures, but for like this one down here, it's my Ghostly Strike. So if I don't have Ghostly Strike, it'll show up. You can change whether it shows up, whether you have it or not, by doing. Let me get out of combat. So like, say I want. Here we go, Ghostly Strike. Say I want it to only show up when it's not there. The only thing that needs to be changed is the inverse button down here under trigger. And that's pretty much all. Things like life tap. Where's my life tap one? There's my life tap one. This is my favorite one. So let me actually change specs and show you this one. So right now I have full mana. I'll make sure it's on. Nope. Okay. So I group all of my stuff into groups so that I can disable them and enable them depending on what spec I'm playing. So I'm going to do Weak Aura. Crimson Shield I don't need right now because I'm going to go into Resto, so I'm going to hit OK. I'm just adding any letter to the name so it doesn't load. Going to go under Totem Heals, and I'm going to change the name so it's my name again. So first what happens is I get this little icon. This is my Mana Shield icon, so I know when to refresh Mana Shield. Let's spam some heals on me so I can get some other procs to show. Use up all my fucking mana, and this is just with tank gear, so it's not going to be high heals whatsoever. There we go. So I get this little GUI in the front, and what that just tells me is, oh shit, I'm out of mana. So I can either life tap, or I can innervate, and it'll disappear. Totems! I love totems. So, if I go up and melee this thing, now that I'm in combat, I have this little totem indicator. So that tells me that I need to drop my totems, because I don't have any fucking totems out. And all that is just a weak aura for Flame Tongue Totem, and it only shows for Flame Tongue Totem. So if somebody else drops it, I'm kind of out of luck, and I kind of need to know what that I actually do need to drop my totems. But most of the time, if I'm in combat, that little yellow thing will show, and that'll tell me to drop my totem. And it's the same thing that I did to make my shield slam. So if I go out of range of that, smack this guy, he one-shots me, but I still need to drop my totems. So I'll refresh my totems. So now I have water shield, I have mana, and I have my totems down. So nothing's showing. But if something needed to be done, like water shield refresh, mana, or totems, it'll show up. And that's it. I mean, it's pretty easy. But then again, I've been working with it since Wrath. So if you need any help, let me know. Alright, I'm out of here.